Hey, welcome back. Today, we're going to tackle one of the most misunderstood and honestly, one of the most feared cards in the tarot, the Eight of Swords. I know, for a lot of people, seeing this card pop up brings this instant feeling of dread. But what if I told you that inside this picture of crisis, there's actually a hidden message, a key to unlocking some serious personal power and even financial abundance? So let's just dive right in and reframe this card for good. I mean, take a close look at it. You've got this bound and blindfolded figure totally surrounded by swords. It definitely looks intimidating, right? But the big question we're going to explore today is this. Is this really just a symbol of being trapped, or is it secretly showing you the way to your own inner strength? Okay, first things first, let's just call it what it is. This card has a bit of a reputation. It's not exactly the one you're hoping to see in a reading. When the Eight of Swords shows up, it can feel like a huge warning sign, like some kind of crisis is just around the corner. And yet, the traditional keywords really hammer that feeling home. Restriction, confusion, that deep, sinking feeling of powerlessness. You see words like bad news, crisis, and conflict, all tied directly to this one card. So it's really no wonder it makes people a little nervous. This quote just nails that feeling perfectly, doesn't it? It's about being in a situation where you feel completely and utterly stuck, with no clear way out and, honestly, no help in sight. It's that classic rock in a hard place feeling. But what if that's not the whole story? So this is where we start to peel back the layers and get to the good stuff. The core of this new way of seeing the card comes down to one single, powerful idea. The prison you think you see, it's just an illusion. One of the earliest takes on this card makes this really crucial distinction. It doesn't describe the situation as irretrievable bondage, a permanent trap you can never escape. Instead, it calls it temporary durance. And the takeaway there is huge. Whatever this restriction is, it is not meant to last forever. It's a phase. It's passing. So if the prison isn't permanent, then what's it even made of? Well, let's remember what the Suit of Swords is all about. It's our intellect, our mind, our thoughts. So what if those 8 swords aren't real physical barriers? What if they're just your own limiting beliefs? And what if that blindfold isn't about being unable to see, but it's a choice to block out all the noise so you can finally look inside? This right here illustrates the potential for transformation so well. In tarot, every card has an opposite. And for the Eight of Swords and its feeling of restriction, the opposite is the Four of Wands, a card of pure celebration, freedom, breaking free. This tells us that the energy of liberation is always there. It's always an option, even when we feel totally trapped. The escape route is literally encoded into the card's meaning. And this brings us right back to that blindfold. Instead of seeing it as a handicap, I want you to start seeing it as a tool. Think of it as a way to voluntarily shut out all the distractions, the doubts, the negative voices from other people, so you can finally hear that wise advisor you have inside you, your inner guide. That's where your best intuition comes from, especially when it comes to creating success for yourself. But the biggest clue to this card's real power isn't in the swords. It's not even in the blindfold. It's hidden in plain sight, in the number itself. 8. This number, right here, this number holds the ultimate secret to flipping this card from one of limitation to one of incredible potential. Okay, get this. In ancient traditions, the number 8 is the number of Mercury, the god of commerce and communication. It's literally associated with big business. It's also known as the number of supreme attainment, of health, of strength, and something really cool called the perfect intelligence. All of a sudden, a card that feels like being stuck is fundamentally connected to success, to intellect, and to pure power. So what is this perfect intelligence? Well, think of it as a state of consciousness where you are completely whole, healthy, and strong. It's about achieving perfect alignment between your mind and your body. That feeling of being totally in sync with yourself, where everything just clicks? That is the state that builds the confidence and the peace of mind you need to go after your goals. And the number 8 is a direct signpost telling you that's where you're headed. Okay, so with this new understanding of a number 8, let's go back and look at the card again. But this time, let's look at that little detail in the background that almost everyone misses. Do you see that castle up on the hill? The traditional view says it's a home that the person has lost or wandered away from, a symbol of loss. But let's just flip that entire perspective. What if it's not where you've been? What if it's where you're going? That castle is your goal. That castle is the symbol of everything you're working toward. It stands for your stability, your success, and, especially with the card's connection to the number 8 and the god of commerce, it represents your financial security. The card is telling you that this abundance, this stability, it's your destination. So you see, the Eight of Swords isn't a curse. It's a call to action. It's a roadmap for you to claim your own power. So what does that path forward look like? It's actually remarkably simple. First, you just have to acknowledge that the swords, all those limits you feel, they're just thoughts. They're self-imposed. Second, use the blindfold. Intentionally tune out the outside noise and focus on your own inner wisdom. And finally, just take one small step. You don't have to have the whole path figured out. Just take that first step in the direction of your castle. I really want to leave you with this powerful thought. The key, the solution, it's been with you this whole time. The power to just wriggle free, to tear off that blindfold, and to walk right past those swords has always been inside you. You just have to believe that it's possible. And as we wrap up, here's a question for you to really think about. What is the first self-imposed sword, that one single limiting thought, that you will choose to remove today to start your walk towards your castle of abundance? If this explainer helped you see this card in a totally new light, please do me a favor and hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dives like this, and I'd love to hear your own thoughts, so share them in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching.